D-Row,
yeah.
we were saying as they were playing the postgame sound, you could make the argument that if Dave Roberts had left Blake Snell in there, we'd be talking about back-to-back complete games in this series.
Absolutely. And this stuff, Robert. I mean, Blake Snell, it's 3-pitch mix, electric stuff. And then to watch Yamamoto, like, just take apart Milwaukee with splitties, heaters, breaking balls, everything sharp on point. Yesterday, we did a huge skybox on Yamamoto and kind of the game plan Milwaukee could potentially have against him. They handled 95 plus. Yamamoto wasn't landing his splitter coming into this game. Well, he found it. So there was 3 things I want to dive in on why he was able to have a complete game and have the moment. And they lean on you. Let's go. Let's get into Yamamoto. He's a top 5 pitcher in the game. Take your pick at the top. Paul Skeens, Tarek Skubal, 50-50. Some would like the lefty, some would like the righty. And then after that, Yamamoto slotting in 3-4-5 somewhere along the line. You take a look at it. His ERA is 5th in the league. His expected ERA is 3rd in the league. The stuff he can control, fielding independent pitching, is at 2.94. That's 8th best. Opponent average and opponent OPS. That's what you got to look at. No one gets any hits off these guys. So we worry about racing to get to the bullpen in October. The Dodgers are doing the complete opposite. We're not even going to put our bullpen out there. We're just going to keep running starters out there. But I love the ability, and we're going to get into the, Kike said it in the postgame. He didn't let the first pitch to Jackson Chourio affect his night. Get me over, 4-seam heater, middle away. We all wait for it, and we all wonder, is he going to swing? Is he not? Well, he decides to swing, goes opposite field homer. But look at the adjustment he's able to make after Jackson Chourio takes him deep. Look at that. After that pitch, 4-seam sinker, 0-0 heater was kind of off the table. He threw it 12.5% of the time. How'd he start you? Splitter 31% of the time. Curveball 44% of the time. Cutter 12.5. So you couldn't just go up and go into ambush mode. Although it appeared, and we'll get into it, it did appear Milwaukee made a concerted effort. They were going to come out swinging because he had like 50, 60 pitches and was cruising in the 5th or 6th inning. So I thought that was interesting. We could dive in. The adjustment and the ability to get right off first pitch heater. And then like William Contreras comes to the box, it's get me over breaking ball. No one's swinging at that pitch unless you're hunting it. 0-0. How about a splitty to Bryce Terang to start the AB? So he's got the ability to get ahead, multiple weapons, put you away with multiple weapons, and keep you out of the air. Starting pitcher to rank in the 85th percentile in strikeout percentage and ground ball percentage this season. 14 ground ball outs last night. He was efficient. Nays is in my ear. Blake Snell had 11 in game 1. I just want to go through it and show how he attacks, keeps the ball down. He's got all weapons, all quadrants, different variations of a heater. You see it right there. Run that back. It looks like a nothing first pitch. This is a little cutter that looks like it would be a perfect pitch for him to drop the barrel on. 4-seam heater, let me run into this and get the crowd going. No, it's a little cut fastball, little cutter up top. Watch him just take him on a ride. We'll stay inside. Then we'll throw a backdoor breaking ball. You could tell Christian's trying to process all of this. So what does he do processing? Let me stay back and see it deeper, and ends up getting jammed on 97. Mr. Durbin, get me over breaking ball. 0-0 that he lands. 96 black 4-seamer in. Split off it, ground ball. And it was all night long. He could just throw that little splitty, get the lefties to roll over, little choppers to Tommy Edman and Freddie Freeman. Bryce Terang, same thing. The ability to keep the ball, that's one of the best hitting yards in the entire big leagues. And you see right here, Yamamoto 2025 splitter usage. So he changed his ability to get ahead 0-0 after Chourio took him deep. He has the ability to keep you in the yard and keep you on the ground. And then yesterday we were talking about he didn't have his split the first 2 starts of the postseason. So maybe does he go away from that? Well, he went right back to it. Look at the splitter usage. Overall, regular season, 25.4. He's using it 16.7, and then the NLCS 30.6. But versus right-handed hitters, he almost completely took the split away. Last night, it was back in vogue. Same thing against the lefties. He was using it. It was nasty for him. So he had every weapon, and we can get into it. Look at the heat maps right here. Regular season, this is hitter's perspective, Nays. You're right here. So you're a right-handed hitter. This is where the splitty's going to end up. It's fumbling out of the zone, down and in. And then it was a spray. He kind of lost it for 2 starts. Last night, he was able to tunnel it down and into the righties and away to the lefties. So he had it back. Want to take a look at another Christian Yelich AB and another Caleb Durbin AB and just watch the ability to throw a split for a strike right there, to get ahead with a split, throws them 4 in a row, and he just takes them on a ride. I'm never going above the hollow of your knee. I'm going to stay here until you fish at one of them. Same thing with Mr. Durbin. Get me over breaking ball, steals a strike, goes right back to it. He's got you 0-2. Watch this wiffle ball split. Unbelievable. Just a fantastic job, Robert. I mean, the starting rotation there is just incredible. I mean, Blake Snell, Yamamoto comes out. You're going to get Glasnow game 3, Ohtani. Milwaukee's got to find a way to generate some offense.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
An ERA of 1.54 from the starters this postseason. But what did you make of the Brewers' strategy early? They were very, very aggressive at the plate, particularly swinging at pitches early in the count. What did you make of that strategy against Yamamoto?
Yeah, it was noticeable. The thing about Yamamoto is the ability to throw multiple weapons for strikes and keep the ball on the ground. So it actually kind of led into him being able to ride it out for 9 innings. But at the end of the day, you say to yourself, if you're the Milwaukee Brewers, they haven't faced back-to-back starters like that the entire season.
Yeah.
So you almost have to you have to wash it, like Murph says. They've beaten this team 6 teams in a regular season. You have to kind of try to find reasons to believe.
And it doesn't get any easier because tomorrow at Dodger Stadium, it's Tyler Glasnow, and then it's Shohei Ohtani waiting in for him in Game 4.
Here are the 4 times the Brewers could have intentionally walked Ohtani. We're not using, every time he's up. Upper left, Game 1, runner on second, 1 out. They did it. Mookie Betts hit into a double play because you gained the force out. Upper right in the 9th, second and third, 1 out, loading the bases. I'm really against that. I'm on record the last couple of days. Don't do that. They keep doing it. Lower left, Game 2, 2 outs, runner on second. They let him hit. He lined out. It was 115 miles an hour. And now this lower right, runner on third, 1 out. They let him hit, but they brought in a lefty to victimize him because lefties are doing pretty well against Ohtani. Ohtani ended up getting an RBI single. So managerial check. Joel, we'll start with you. When do you walk the big guy, if ever?
So I think this is a fascinating question in this situation because you're dealing with real-time information, and I'm always influenced by something that Buck Showalter told me when I was a very young beat writer, that the art of managing is often what allows your head to hit the pillow and sleep to come. In other words, like, what decision do I make that whatever the outcome is, good or bad, I could live with it?
Right.
And I think traditionally the one you can't live with is Ohtani beating you. But in this context where he's been struggling, and Betts and Freeman, unless you get a double play, the double one there is you got to get through both Betts and Freeman. Like, say you strike out Betts, you pop up Betts, you still have to get through Freeman, and I know it's left on left. The current state of Ohtani is I would have gone after him hoping like he's in his head, he's struggling as great as he is. My best chance to get 2 outs without the runner from third scoring for me was left on left with Ashby stuff, beginning with Ohtani, and then maybe you could even be careful with Betts and try to go left on Freeman. I think that was the right choice.
I think there's
in that moment.
Yeah, the one thing I wouldn't do was I don't load the bases. I will not load.
I understand.
I would not do that. And it's borne out with the Phillies and Duran, and it was borne out here in this series too. But other than that, you can mix and match. I just think we almost overestimate any hitter's ability to do damage, where don't let that guy beat you. It's like, well, better. If you put him on base, you're making him a better offensive player. Go ahead.
They're still only going to beat you 30% of the time, right? Like that's kind of what we're alluding to. Does it always play out that walking him is the right decision? No, of course it doesn't. I think there's so many different variables that go into whether or not it's the right decision in this moment or that moment. And Joel, what you mentioned about, I guess what Buck mentioned about being able to lay your pillow at night, being able to lay your head on the pillow at night, it's about putting your best foot forward. And I think as long as you feel like you're putting yourself in the best position with your best guy on the mound in a given situation, that's all you want to do. But here, like with Ohtani and Betts behind him, I love that you mentioned it, with what Ohtani's been doing lately and how he struggled this postseason, I would be more apt to attack him than usual.
Can I throw in one thing? Mm-hmm. The traditional intentional walk is Vladimir Guerrero in the Toronto lineup, where it's like they have fine hitters behind him, but nobody's Vlad. Right. It's Aaron Judge in the Yankee lineup. They have fine hitters, but there's no one like Judge. These are 3 Hall of Famers.
Yes, right.
At like their
even if it's Teoscar, even if it's Betts, Teoscar, and Freddie,
or Will Smith,
happening.
like it's all plutonium. Yeah. You're going. It's you don't want to touch it, and it's all going to be bad. So you're trying to make the best bad decision possible.
I would put it this way: I think we don't recognize that when you intentionally walk a guy, you put him on first. You don't feel the actual damage that you just did to the chances of your club. It's almost like bunting and, hey, we moved the runners over. Yeah, but you created it out. You're not feeling it, but it is really there.
Right.
Like
well,
it's in the abstract, but it's happening.
We've got the chessboard over there. You're willing to sacrifice one pawn to hopefully win the game, and you're allowing a base runner on base to hopefully put yourself in a better position to win the game.
Never load the bases with your pawns. That's what I always say. When we come back, we'll talk Blue Jays down 0-2.